Here's our friend Syncin Stanley, a.k.a. Tim in Florida. What's going on, Tim?
Syncin Stanley here, Eddie, and listen. Hey, first of all, I'd like to wish you, Joel, and AJ a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Seriously, I wish
Thanks,
you guys
buddy.
all a happy holidays, man.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah. I went to Kiss Cancer Goodbye this weekend, and guess who I met?
Who?
Cheater Chris.
Oh, Eric Singer.
I got to meet Eric. Yeah, I got to meet Eric Singer.
I only know that name because a mutual friend of ours told me that name, and I think it's hysterical, and apparently he thinks it's funny himself. So.
Oh yeah. That's what was so cool about it, because actually he was ragging on me a bit, asking me if I could help him with some landscaping and stuff. But he even gave me a shout out up on stage. He started. They were bidding off a guitar, and it got up to about $3,000. And Eric Singer says, "Where's Syncin Stanley? Where's Syncin Stanley? I know he's here." And
Wow.
he tried to get me to bid on the guitar.
I have a feeling that if Kiss were still active and he were still in it, he probably wouldn't have been at that event, and he probably would have not been talking to you.
I doubt that very seriously too. But listen, I got to tell you, Eddie, and your listeners, man, these events are so awesome. I mean, where else could you hear the Elder played in its entirety? And those guys did such a great job, man. It was awesome, Eddie.
Yeah, I saw, I don't know if you were listening, we had PJ on with Jericho yesterday, and PJ talked about it because he was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so was Jericho. Yeah. So they were talking about it, and it sounded cool. I did that thing 4 years ago or so, and I've not been back since, but I almost did it this year.
You got to come back, man. You got to come back, Eddie.
Is it at the same place? It was at like this, what was the name of the place it's actually in?
It was in Sarasota at a place called the Harvest House. It's a really, really nice venue, perfect size. They can do events in one building, like they were selling merch and doing, meet and greets in one building, and then the other building had the stage with all the seating. And they even had the tank. Remember the tank that Vinny played on?
Right.
They had that outside, and they had a couple guys perform on that from Red Devil Vortex, if you're there early enough. But it's a great event, man. And Quarantine were great, man. They're so fun. You can tell how much Chris loves that music, and I mean, he does a really, really good job, man. And then they had, Jean come up and sing the 2 Asylum songs. It was great, man. Just a good, fun time if you're a Kiss fan.
Yeah, no, I want to get that. I talked to Neil, the promoter, and thank you, Tim. Have a good Christmas, man. I talked to Neil, the promoter, about it, and he was talking about bringing me down to, I don't do a little hosting, maybe even do a radio show from there, but it just got away from him and his schedule, my schedule. He never followed up in time. And then actually he did tell me that Eric Singer, he added on late, and that ate up whatever budget he had to get people there. So maybe next year we'll see if he does another one, but heard good things about it, and it sounded really cool.